What is up, Cahir Club, and welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody's had a great weekend and a great start to their week. Hello, Brugger. Hello, Aimwise. You only just joined, but you're in Italy right now, so you're only around for a little bit. Understandable. I hope you're enjoying your time in Italy. That is very fun. That is very cool. But yeah, today we are shiny hunting for Zorua. But not just one Zorua, we're shiny hunting for both of the Zorua, because it's another shiny roulette, just like the one I did with Charmander, Fuecoco, and Scorbunny. Of course, if you don't know what a shiny roulette is, a shiny roulette basically means, I put multiple Pokemon in with Ditto in like a picnic, and the egg might be any of them. So it's a nice little surprise, like, what I might get. Last time I managed to get 2 out of 3 of the shinies, because I hatched 2 back-to-back. Not as hopeful for things to go that smoothly this time around, but hopefully they go well all the same. But yeah, let's hop into it. It's a shiny hunting stream, so I'd say no need to hang around much, because this will just be a laid-back, chill stream, as these be. Prediction skills are getting better in Pokemon Showdown? Hell yeah, that's good. Right. I should probably... Okay, so... I got this guy from Wonder Trades. I'm gonna use him, because it's funny. And it's not like a hacked Pokemon makes shiny odds better in any other way. Since it's there, I might as well use it as my ethos on that. My train of thought. Actually, I'm gonna double check that I've got the correct egg formation in my... Not egg formation, like box formation in my thing. Yeah. I'm running out of boxes. I need to do a big releasing spree at some point. But I'll cross that bridge later. Because, I don't want to cross it right now. Anyway, let's make a sandwich. Of course, I can make a lot of sandwiches now. Oh god. Okay, no, that's not what I need. Ultra. Master Peanut Butter Sandwich. That's not even egg power level 3. It's not even got egg power. What? Anyway. This one. Alright. Let's make the driest sandwich. The driest sweet sandwich known to man. Absolutely foul. Someone served that to me, I would hit them. Like, especially since this bread seems like hard, white, like, hard bread, you know? Like, nice crust bread around the outside, which can be good in some situations, but not for, like, a peanut butter and banana sandwich. Alright. I really like hisuian Zorua's design. I'm like... Of course, I've been looking at it a decent amount, because, I edit those shiny sprites myself. Not sure how known this is, how obvious it is, but, like, the shinies in the thumbnail, I, like, take the sprites from Scarlet and Violet. I found, like, a file dump of them online, and I edit them to be shiny myself. So I got a good look at it, and it's got a nice design. I really like the, very wispy tendrils it's got. Oh, they have both fallen asleep. Well, while they're snoozing, I'm gonna be spinning. Wait. Go away. I'm gonna be spinning. Alright. But yeah, what's it called? Let's get some eggs. Let's get some eggs going. I'll do my general of, like, getting a box. The huge. the usual of how these streams go. Box of eggs, hatch the eggs, box of eggs, hatch the eggs. Rinse and repeat about 4-ish times, generally, until it's end of the stream. But yeah. Alright. D-Star, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's been going well so far. Gotten off to a good start. I am shiny hunting for the Zoruas today. The two little fox dudes. Now that hisuian Zorua is, I guess legal is probably the term there. But the fact you could technically get them before. Feasibly, you could. Should you have them? Maybe not. But it means I can do some shiny hunting. And I'm a big fan of that. I got it like right in the face. Oh. Oh, okay. It's wandered off. While the other one is still dozing. Ditto's by the basket. Is it trying to tell me something? Is it trying to tell me we've got a few eggs? It is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna be real. I do not understand competitive Pokemon at all. I feel bad for ignoring you, but I'm not gonna have, like, any interesting commentary on anything you say other than, wow, yeah. Because, like, I just don't understand it. I hate to be mean, but I just... It's just not my bread and butter. I don't... It is not something I understand at the moment. Shiny hunting? Get that. That's just sitting, waiting for Pokemon to make eggs mysteriously. Competitive Pokemon? No idea. Alright. But yeah, Carly, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Today I'm shiny hunting the Zoruas. Both of them at once. Might start doing a shiny living dex. That would be a very big undertaking, but if you're willing to live it through, then I think that could be a very cool thing to have. It's always cool to see shiny living dexes, but they seem like quite the challenge. I don't know, I remember, like, I first got into shiny hunting through the streamer aDrive. I remember he was doing a shiny living dex when I first, like, found his channel. And I don't know if he ever completed it in the end, but I hope he at least came close. Especially, like, now there are, like... That's 3 shiny roulettes with starters. It would be. But, what's it called? I don't know, I don't think I'm ready for, like, something like quite like that. I've got, like, other hunt ideas that I want to do first. Other stupid hunt ideas that, exist. Like, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I really want to hunt Professor Juniper's Minccino. Felix! Hello! Felix is the person who gave me, the Zorua, which was really kind of him. This hunt would not be happening today without Felix's help. So, thank you once again. Alright. Let's see if we got any more eggs. I believe we were on 5 last time, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 20 more, and then we can start our first... What's it called? Hey, Captain. You got another one from Surprise Raid earlier? I guess I'm not the only person with this idea. It's like honestly interesting to see the like surprise trade economy, because it's gonna be evolving like constantly throughout the game. But like after the Charizard, it was like all Charmander. After Cinderace, it was all Scorbunny. You got many Rowlets at the moment? Because, of course, that's the latest 7-star raid. Apparently, they're going to be doing a Blissey raid event soon, which is pretty cool. Pretty wild. My brain just crashed. But yeah, not like a 7-star one, I don't think. Just like a 5-1. Typhlosion next? That's the third Fire-type starter 7-star raid. I'd rather get like another Water one first. Maybe, Inteleon or Samurott would be cool. So we can, like, get up to scratch with the other two starter types. Because, like, fair enough they went out the gate with the two fire types, but they shouldn't, like, burn out all their key playing cards immediately. That, yeah. Brain gunk today. I got too entranced by the spin. But yeah, I don't know. I'd rather other 7-star raids. Hoenn starters are going to be a pain. Who's going to tell him? Because the Hoenn starters aren't in the game. Why'd they be a pain anyway? Are they that hard? They're, like, decent. I don't know, what type would they be? I guess Sceptile would be Dragon type. Because of its Mega. Fighting type Swampert. I think Swampert would be Fighting type because of its, Mega as well. Because it's got, like, those big arms. Very fighting-y. Players can speed boost Swampert's monstrous move pool, and Sceptile's Unburden. But Unburden wouldn't be a thing in max raids. Like, Unburden wouldn't help it, right? Because Unburden's like when you use up an item. But the raid Pokemon don't hold items. At least not that I'm aware. So, like, speed boost, yeah, maybe. But also, you beat Victory Road into Team Star 1? Hell yeah, congrats! So you just got the Path of Legends ones left then. Let's go see about eggs. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... It's like acrobatics with speed. No, it isn't. It's just like if... It's just like if they lose an item. Like, if you're holding an item and you use it up. Unburden doubles Pokemon speed when the Pokemon's held item is used or lost. So yeah, like... They need to hold the item, then lose it for it to work. If they're just starting with an item, without an item, it doesn't proc. Because it's like an active boost to the speed stat. Ceruledge cleared the steel one. Didn't have to use items or Terra in any, though. That's fair. I use Terra exclusively because I just think it's a cool mechanic. Good you had Ceruledge for the steel one, though, because the steel one was... Oh, wait. I was thinking of the ground one. I forget that, Donphan is like the ground titan, even though Iron Treads is part steel. Oh, I was in the Elite Four. That's fair. Yeah, no. I wonder how she got hired. Because last time I checked, you had to be like 10 in the Pokemon world to be legally considered for jobs. This time when you're starting the Shiny Living Dex, you'll lose Skelly Dirge. You haven't used it in a playthrough before. Oh, that would be that's cool. I've not used Skelly Dirge. I've used Fuecoco. I did a Fuecoco only run, but Skelly Dirge not yet. Poppy, yeah, that's a. But yeah, I don't know. I often did terrestrializing because like it's just cool. I'm all in it for the drama. I could do it without, but it's cool. Can you get like new mugs? I wonder. I know you can get like a bunch of picnic merch. I was at what, 15? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. You wasn't expecting most of Gita's team to be what they were, though. I feel like Gita's team is like a step away from like an actually competent team. Like, I don't know. Nemona's like the actual final fight of the run. So it's good that like her team is like quite a cool one. I remember like actually like having to try a bit with her. Like a Gita as the champion of the region is just quite underwhelming with her Go-Goat. And the fact that she like finishes with Glamora, like if she finished with Kingambit and led with Glamora, I think her team would be a completely different like case. You know? Because you'd be constantly contending with like poison unless you had a steel or a poison type to switch in. And then like Kingambit would like have a massive buff at the end, terrestrialize, so it's no longer quad weak. It can have like a focus sash or some shit. And then it would at least like knock out one Pokemon. Only a few mugs that you could find. Ah, understandable, that's a shame. But hello Rob, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Oh, the Shiny Quartet, not the Shiny Quartet, the Quartet? It is a Quartet. I believe they're the Ruin Quadrio though. The Ruin Pokemon. They are Shiny locked though. Yeah, all Legends are Shiny locked. The starters out the gate are Shiny locked. So like, you can't get a Shiny starter until... unless you breed it. Yeah, Gimmighoul is Shiny locked. Quartet is more fun to say though. That is true, Worm. Also, hello, I hope your week's been going well so far. You're using Glamora for a while, but box it right before that battle. Almost had a Glamora fight. Glamora duel. Understandable though. I don't know, it's a cool design, I like it. I wonder if, like, hisuian Zorua is actually bigger than Zorua, or if it's bigger. They're pretty well. Rocky start, could have been worse. Did have a nice nap, hell yeah. I also ended up having a nap, because I got woken up earlier than I, like to get up. So I went back to bed for, like, another half hour. But the issue is when I go back to bed for another half hour, it's not another half hour, it's at least an hour. So... right. Wasn't expecting to have a team full of Poldean Pokemon, but you did. I mean, Poldea's got, like, a big dex. Okay, so, like, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28... yeah, like, Poldea's, like, finally a return to, like, the 100-strong decks. Honestly, I wonder if, in part, the only reason that the, like, Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield didn't have 100 Pokemon was just because of, like, regional variants. And, like, since these games only have, like, 2 regional variants, that's not really an issue. And you're going to do the shiny decks of Pokemon Scarlet? She loved the look of the Paradox shinies. That's fair. The Paradox shinies are cool. I don't know. I like the unpainted look of the Violet ones. Yeah, but Talonflame, Clawitzer, and Luxray were 3 of your main team earlier. Just ended up getting replaced at the end by chance. Ah, understandable. Those are all very good picks as well, though. I don't know. I liked the fact that someone pointed out that you can get, like, the classic Sinnoh team in these games, minus, like, if you swap out the starters. You can have, like, Skelly Dirge, Straptor, Luxray, Lucario, Garchomp, Floatzel. And I find that funny. You've got to go. Bye. Understandable, Aimwise. I hope you have a great rest of your time in Italy. Alright, let's get a few more eggs. 29, 30, 31, 32. You think your team are all new minus Reina? I can't say I'm surprised. Wow, okay, I was really off. That's a whole 5 extra eggs. No, that's a whole 6 extra eggs. Good job, Cahir. Okay. I'll just feed them back into the box after. Right, let's get Schmoothen. Gotta give me a heart attack. I thought those were, what was it called? Glowing eyes, but they're not glowing eyes. Alright. But yeah, we're hunting in Cotondo again. You forgot about Haxorus. That got replaced by Baxcalibur. Both, like, very, like, spiky dragon types. They work well together, I think. Baxcalibur and Haxorus duo. They got similar vibes. I guess, like, the other good duo would be, like, Tyranitar. Maybe Mecha Tyranitar. Paradox Tyranitar. And the other one. Baxcalibur. Regular Zora first. Backsax for short. That is a good point. I like that. Backsax. Right. It's funny that, like, you just place the egg on the ground. Do I not even have an Everstone? No, I don't. Do I not have an Everstone? I'm gonna be real. I was just gonna silently put an Everstone on this Zorua and continue my day. This first, like, box is all gonna be regular Zorua, to be clear. None of them are gonna be the regional variants. This is just like a regular box of Zorua plus 6 more regular Zorua. Because I'm dumb. I forgot to, like, give hisuian Zorua, like, the thing. You know what I mean. What is it? It is an Everstone, right, Felix? I know I said Everstone, but I'll be honest, I wasn't 100%, like, certain in my assessment. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's an Everstone. I think you can get them on the ground. Or the Delibird shop. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Delibird shop after this batch of eggs. I am a fool. Imagine if I get 2 shinies in this, like, batch. And, like, you know, if I hadn't fucked up, I'd be golden. But no. What are you trying to do to it? You need to give regional variants an Everstone outside of their home region. Otherwise, the Pokemon that they'll, like, the egg that they'll give is just going to be the regular version. So I'm not going to get any hisuian Zorua from this batch, which is what I want. Because it's just, this isn't a roulette anymore, this is just a shiny Zorua hunt. For all intents and purposes, this is just a hunt for a shiny Zorua. And obviously, I do want a shiny Zorua. But if a shiny Zorua disguises in the wild, would the disguise be shiny? I don't think so. In fact, I've heard a rumor that, like, the disguise can be shiny, but the Zorua not. I'm not sure if that's true, but I've heard some people suggest it. So that sounds painful to witness. It kind of does. I've done the thing where I've, like, hatched. Which means I'm only on fire, but I counted 6. I am on fire today, and by on fire, I mean doing badly. I mean on fire in the more literal sense, where, like, things aren't going well. Yeah, happened to you? Shit, that does not sound fun. Glad we could confirm that, though. I hope I've awakened a new fear in all you guys. That isn't Rob, who had to witness that and watch it come true. Was shiny Plantmon turned into a normal Zorua? Horrible. You fear nothing, apart from most things. I was about to call you out, Worm, because you did say that you had a fear of everything not a week ago. Never passing through any route with wild Zorua ever again. Understandable. Because now you don't have to worry about missing any shiny Zorua. Time is relative. Oh yeah, like, we talking like aunt, uncle, cousin? It's your uncle. That's understandable. Is Time the kind of person to, like, forget your birthday or, like, remember your birthday? Right. Dialga is uncle? Maybe Celebi. Time is broken and has 82 ex-husbands. Wine uncle. I guess him probably being an immortal, that does check out more. Unless they're not and they're like 40-something. In which case that is impressive. But in what can only be assumed to be about 22 years. 24 at most. They've managed to get that many. And Mr. Dragon and your name is Worm. Could be. That is a good point. Time is only 38. In 50-ish years, the universe ends. Oh, that's fun. Are we talking about that thing where, like, a quantum displacement happens and is expanding towards us at the speed of light? Or, like, we talking, like, the heat death of the universe? Those sure are words. Basically, there's a theory that physics as it is, I guess info has a trigger warning. Yeah, like, the state of physics as it is like sitting in like a little bit of a cup, you know? On like a line graph, yeah. It's sitting in like a little dimple in the line. And if you pushed it too far one way or the other, it would like change. And it would fall down. Which would cause a chain reaction to like all physics in the area as it all starts to topple like dominoes. And this would of course expand outwards at the speed of light. So we wouldn't really know if it happened. Because we'd probably all die, like, instantly. Horrifying, I know! I don't know, I just sit in, like, the relative comfort of the fact that, like, let's say this happened at, like, the center of the Milky Way right now. It would take too long to get to us. The universe is big. Odds are, if something like that happens, it will not be happening in anyone's lifetime. It won't be reaching us in anyone's lifetime. If it's even happened yet. So what's everyone had for dinner? I had chicken curry. You know what will stop this? Call the physics theorists. Rob, you truly are ahead of your time. Or I guess, behind your time. Considering that the Catholic Church also did that. Curry, exactly. I want to get... Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say I want to get in the trailer, but I guess I'm not getting in the trailer. That's not a thing I can do. I have to become a father first, I guess, or whatever. Little do all of these children know that they are getting evicted the moment they are all born. You know what they say? History repeats and all that. That is a good point. It also rhymes. I can't even see Heracross. We use this truck to transport the olives we grow. You wouldn't believe how busy things get come harvest season. Wow, I wonder when we'll see the harvest season. The harvest season happens in Gen 9. I'm now his property. Never mind, you exited. I did exit. I have better things to do than be turned into wine. I'd be a pretty shitty tasting wine if I was. So. History spits hot bars. Exactly. History is the #1 because the #1 cause of rap battles. That is true. I think. It sounds right. So I'm just gonna say it is. Alright. Zorua number 16. We are halfway through. Would epic rap battles of history exist otherwise? That is a good point. I love them. My favorite is Coughing Baby versus Atom Bomb. That one's a banger. Love that one, love that one. Yeah, it's a good one. I just realized I forgot an indentation. Love when they said, I'm not sure how to make that noise with my mouth, so pretend I did, and it sounded really accurate. And like, act surprised in chat. Thanks. Egg. Shut up. Alright. I am on egg 19, right, and not egg 20. I am on egg 19 and not 20. But yeah, after we've hatched egg 30, I will go to a Delibird presence. I will get an Everstone. I will eat the Everstone. Mmm. Scrumptious. Would love to see those wraps. It's a good one. Did Pokemon eggs ever look different depending on the Pokemon, or are you imagining that? In the anime, they do. In the anime, they're often given patterns to reflect. But, never in their games. I hope they do at some point. I'd be a big fan of that. But I guess time will only tell. Only time will... You know what I mean. Ask your uncle. Only time will yell. What would that even sound like? It would be interesting. I bet it'd be, like, incomprehensible to the human ears, and also make you age, like, 20 years. Which would be rather interesting. Okie dokie. Egg. Yo, time, lay down a fat beat. Ages all listeners into skeletons. Exactly, yeah, no, precisely. I mean, in reality, much like what I'm doing now, the skeletons would be hatching. He'd just be hatching a bunch of skeletons. I imagine it sounds like that fasting gorilla when it pops out dough. I don't get this reference, so I'm just gonna nod. Oh. I'm guessing that's the skeleton hatching comment. Imagine not knowing every meme to exist. You see... I would, but I'm having to use up too much of my, like, memory to remember all the Pokemon, you know? Like, I have picked my government-mandated hyperfixation. As Pokemon, so, like, I can't legally hyperfixate on anything else. You know how it is. Rabbit Thor, hello! I am doing pretty solid. How are you? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. I'm doing pretty solid, except the fact I forgot to give my hisuian Zorua an Everstone, which means that this first batch is only Zorua, like only regular Zorua. Unova? I guess not just Unova at this point. I mean, it's implied that the Zorua from hisuian Snow is from Kalos. So... Dory, you got me, it's in the Discord? Understandable, I will check it out after stream. Thank you for sending it. Your favorite Pokemon is... Look at all those chickens. That is a good one. I do like that one. My favorite Pokemon is Dat Boy. Oh shit, what up? God damn, I fucking love Dat Boy. Why did we ever stop Dat Boy as a meme, you know? Like, Dat Boy was the best of us, when you think about it. Even when you don't think about it. This freezing plant is taking its time. Plus it's going to be pink when you get it in 2026. So you're going to name it Thanos. That is a good name, I like that name. But keep at it, I'm sure you'll get there. I believe in you. Dismay. That was me when Dat Boy died. As a meme. Oh shit, what up? Alright. 26 encounters. Oh, this has been on my list for a bit too long, so I'm going to talk about it now. I can't remember the exact post I saw talking about it, but there was a Last of Us post of some sort, and underneath it was a guy saying, like, he had mixed opinions on it, I think. And underneath, some people were asking him, like, why he thought this. Like, explain yourself. Explain your opinion on the internet or it's not valid. And the guy basically replied to them all, being like, well, I did a YouTube review series, so you should go and watch that. You should go and watch my YouTube review series. And, like, one guy was getting a bit snarky. Bro, I'm hatching an egg here, do you mind? Bro! Do you mind? But yeah, one guy was getting a bit snarky, and the guy, like, did his classic, oh, well, if you want to hear about more of my opinion, you should watch my YouTube review. And the guy responded with, I don't think any parts of me would be able to tolerate that. And I think that's gotta be one of the funniest responses I've seen to self-promotion ever. It's like, yeah, man, I agree. That's valid. You should say that. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe. Have you ever soft resetted for a fossil before? I started one for Cranados in Brilliant Diamond, but I can't remember what I got sidetracked by. But I never ended up finishing it. Side yak. Yeah. Yak, yak. Why are they called buffalo? Oh, wait. No, yeah, why are they called buffalo wings? My mind was all of a sudden beamed with the thought of, like, is there a place called Buffalo in America or something? But, like, yeah, why are they called buffalo wings? Because, like, last time I checked, buffaloes don't have wings. It's because they took their wings. Did buffalo wings make all winged buffalo extinct? That's why buffaloes don't got no wings no more. Dude. Humanity's disgusting, honestly. I can't believe we'd do that to the buffalo. It's like Pegasus. Dude, that's disgusting. I mean, we did the exact same to their cousin. I think it was like Pegasus, but instead, like, their name started with M or something. Mega sus. Oh no! Among Us! Van Sasamogus dies. That's a reasonable response. That's that makes sense. A terrifying Bouffalant. Yeah. If you like send that out, Joe Biden himself will come and like clip its balloons. Do I ever experience shame? No. Shame is for Shane. Yeah, that's my answer. Shame is for Shane. You were curious about buffalo wings. There's a place in New York called Buffalo. That does explain things, to be fair. Now I know that, things have been explained. Alright. I went to the wrong end, did I? I don't know, like, I know some towns have, like, just multiple Delibird presents in them. Because, like, why not, I guess? Why not have many a Delibird present? Alright. It's a good store. I wish Delibird presents existed in real life, so I could get my life orb. My life orb in real life. Where is the Everstone? I hope that wasn't in the other one. By the way, there are vending machines for plates. I feel like I've seen that image. And for some reason I'm skeptical. Hear me out, think someone might have edited or set up said image. Alright. Do you think Delibird should be pronounced Delibird, like delivered. Delibird. I would like some Delibird. Sounds delicious. I was gonna make a similar joke to Rob's, and I'm not sure if it's because I'd seen it out the corner of my eye. And, like, had internalized it. Or, what? But, yeah. Delibird presents existed. You would buy a 6-foot Bidoof plushie, then your life would be complete. Well, I feel like something that would be, sold at the Pokemon Center. Like, something like that would be sold at the Pokemon Center, right? Do they sell plushes at Delibird presents? You're bad. What do you mean you're bad? What? Wait. I'm just gonna make sure that my boxes are set up. I'm gonna do this. To hopefully mix up our Zorua a little bit more. Alright. You stole my joke. Guess that makes you a delinquent. I guess that does. Honestly, I was more implying that I almost stole your joke. But... delinquent. Don't let your Cratily steal from Delibird with the power life orb. He already has all the evolution stones in his tentacle. What? Let's get some eggs hatched, I think. Alright. I'm gonna need to get some more, like, picks soon. To shove into my sandwiches. I am running out. Ditto's face. Alright. Great! Peanut butter sandwich. Brilliant. That's great, I think. Let's get to egging. Alright. Oh wait, I just realized there's a problem. I remember seeing, I feel like you could be in a Mr. Beast video. You've gone for a long time for just a pink plant. Like, my brain tried to formulate a joke and then failed. But that's what you just witnessed there in real time. Because my brain making a desperate attempt to make a joke about Mr. Beast. But just halfway through the song, you're just gonna cut it off now. Like, the playlist has been going for like an hour, and you're just like, no. You stopped. Anyway. But yeah, you guys know, right, that Mr. Beast, he preaches blasphemy and greed. I bet he's got a 666 tattoo. I mean, his name is literally a Mr. Beast. Not a good Christian role model. Right. I still need to figure out if I can turn off YouTube's just auto-stopper. Put them in bread to make Mr. Yeast. Yeah, that. I agree with that sentiment. Alright. If I ever make a large, massive monies, you'll make a vid with your 5 closest friends. Last take their hand off your 7-year-old 3DS with a copy of Generation 56 Pokemon. That's fair. Oh yeah, Devil Incarnate. Devil Incarnate, that one curing the blind, only Jesus can do that. Isn't like one of the, like, things of, like, the Antichrist that he will imitate Jesus? Like, I'm not actually calling Mr. Beast the Antichrist, to be clear. It would be funny if he was. I would find that funny. But, like, I'm pretty sure, like, imitating miracles is indeed one of the signs of the Antichrist. Speaking of Mr. Beast, the priest at church yesterday mentioned him. Was he like, hopefully Mr. Beast gives you all money? The Antichrist appears and Jesus goes, you stop that. And the Antichrist goes, you stop that, exactly. I mean, that is hilarious, yeah. How about you use the time stone to make him a child again? Then you could Mr. Yeet him. My brain is like... No, that he cured the blind. Oh, they mentioned that he cured the blind. Oh, okay. Was your pastor calling him the Antichrist as well? It's the Mr. Least you could do. We don't need to continue with this bit. Sorry, how fast are you spinning? Real fast. If you, like, spin real fucking fast, and then just, like, hold the joystick in the, like, in a direction, you will just continue spinning at that speed, and you don't have to continue spinning. Which I think is a nice feature. Spread your arms out to take off like a helicopter. I wish I could do that. That'd be real fun. Pastor called him Spaghetti Must Preach, I guess. Cahir used rapid spin. He hurt himself in confusion. I wouldn't. If I was confused, I just wouldn't hurt myself, you know? I would just land my attacks fine. I'm just built different like that. Alright, so we've got 6 eggs, which means that this one is 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, no, 14. Okay. The issue is I use the palm of my hand to spin, which I'm sure isn't going to end well eventually. As we all know from the Nintendo 64 controller. Alright. The power of the sun in the palm of your hands. If I had the power of the sun, I think I missed a count. But they're eggs? As in, you think I'm at 15, not 14? I mean, at day's end, I'll probably go over anyway, so I'll just say I'm at 14. Because if I end up with, like, 32 instead of 31, then, like, oh well, you know? But yeah. The windmills are still at the moment, actually. They're just frozen back there. They are not moving anymore. Oh wait, no, they are moving, just very slowly. Holy shit, I just thought they were frozen then, but I think that they're actually gonna move. I think they're at like 1 frame a minute. I'm now staring intently at windmills in the distance. You probably can't even see the windmills. Because, like, not only am I streaming at 720p, also the screen of the game is, like, smaller. But I'm pretty sure the windmills are actually moving back there. But they're just moving very slowly. Which is an interesting way of handling this issue. Yeah. Ugh. When you yawn, am I right? So, like, the other stream, I think it was last shiny hunting stream, I was talking about those, like, fucking Reddit videos. Those, like, Reddit TikToks, where they, like, just, like, get a text-to-speech voice to just read off, like, Am I the Arsehole posts? With, like, Minecraft parkour in the background, or Subway Surfers, which is becoming a bit of a meme in general, like, having to, like, have Subway Surfers in the back of everything like Gen Zers do, because they can't focus otherwise. Do you think they deliberately play those bad on purpose sometimes? Because sometimes, like, those are just paired with the most, like, those videos have the most atrocious Subway Surf gameplay. Like, absolutely miserable gameplay. And I just wonder if it's deliberately done bad, because more people will then comment on the video, boosting it in the algorithm, because they're all being like, wow, you're really shit at playing Subway Surfers. Like, at first I thought they were just bad, but then that hit me, and it's like, wait. But yeah, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... Okay. I was trying to, like, flip the thing back and forth to see if that would make me spin, but it did not. But yeah, like, sometimes they just, like, have really bad gameplay in those videos, and I just wonder if it's, like, a deliberate tactic, you know? Because I feel like these people must have, like, a vague level of intelligence. They're not just, like, doing it because, like, oh, I could make some money off of... Well, they are doing it because, oh, I could make some money off of this. But they're not, like, downloading Subway Surfers for the first time, recording that initial bit of gameplay, and then doing really badly at it. Because I feel like games like that aren't that hard to master. Like, you could play it for, like, a day and be, like, competent, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, they just deliberately fuck up. Deliberately, like, ignore coins and shit just to, like, get more comments, get more clicks. Which is a disgrace to Subway Surfer players everywhere. I used to be so good at that game. I've, like, not played it in ages. Honestly, I've kind of just stopped playing mobile games, like, as of late. Like, for a while I played, Fire Emblem Heroes, but even, like, recently I've just not been into it as much anymore, you know? I like seeing the new, like, alts and stuff, but, it looks like in the latest, like, banner, one of the artists might have used, like, AI art to, like, make one of the characters, make one of the characters on the banner, and I'm really not sure how I feel about that. Because by the looks of it, it was their own art that they fed into the system. Like, they weren't stealing other people's art. Maybe they were, honestly, which would be, like, actively bad, but, like... But yeah, I hope that's not like a consistent thing from now on in the game. Or at least like if it ends up being, they clarify it more. Alright. Wait. The Unobin one was like snoozing for a bit there. But now they like swapped. Now the hisuian one is... Why did Zorua look up at the camera and laugh? Eerie. Alright. But did I mention I finished The Last of Us the other day? Which I guess makes sense because, you know, the final episode came out a week ago, actually. And since I've been watching with my dad and he was, like, away for the beginning of last week, I didn't have, like, a chance to finish it. But I have now finished The Last of Us. The Last of Us on HBO Max, which is... It was a pretty good series, honestly. Like... I don't know, I feel like the video game curse has been, like, less of a thing as of late, you know? Like, I feel like we've been getting more and more good video game media. Which I guess makes sense in, like, the context of the fact that, like, a lot of actors and stuff now, like, not... actors, directors, producers, scriptwriters, all that. Like, we're starting to get to the point where, like, these video games are, like, based off of games that they've played, you know? Like, back in, like... the 90s and 2000s, a lot of, like, gaming movie adaptations, the people making them weren't making them because, like, they had any attachment to the game. They were making it because the game did well, and they were trying to get money off of, like, the game. They were trying to piggyback off the game's success and make, like, a movie out of it, but they had no, like, investment in it, which meant that they, like, didn't necessarily have, like, any attachment to making it, like, an actually, like, good quality film. At least, like, producers didn't, especially. But, like, nowadays we're getting to the point where, like, these movies are being made by people who grew up with these franchises. People with, like, an actual respect for these games. Which is why we're getting stuff like Detective Pikachu and the Sonic movie that clearly are made by people with an actual, like, passion for what these properties are based off of, you know? You get where I'm coming from? There are actually rumors of a second Detective Pikachu movie, which is pretty cool. Right, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, almost. That's fair. Unfortunately, the second game wasn't as well written. You don't know how it fared in the show. Yeah, I've heard that apparently they're not, like, intending on making... They're intending to follow, like, the plot of the second game still. So... But, like, it seemed like the show was willing to, like, make changes to the source. Not, like, in, like, a grand scheme of things, but, like, on a more micro scale. So... I guess we'll just have to see how the second season is. There'll be a Frozen 3 and Toy Story 5. I heard that. I don't... Like, Frozen 3, I've not seen the second one, I'll be honest, so I don't know, like, how good of an ending to the Frozen franchise that is. But, like, Frozen as a franchise never really felt like... I don't know, like, I'm not surprised it got a sequel, and I'm not surprised that that's getting another sequel. Hopefully they just put more effort into it than the second one, apparently. Because from what I hear, like, when the second one, like, went into proper production, they didn't know how it was going to end. Which, doesn't really sound like how you should make a movie. I know I'm not, like, an authority on this subject, but, like... Okay, so Felix was kind of right in the fact that, like, I counted wrong. Apparently I counted wrong by 4, though, which is interesting. But yeah, like, Frozen I can't really, like, say anything about, like, in terms of, like, whether or not it deserves another sequel. But I guess it's the franchise it is, it's not surprising that it's getting another sequel. Although, like, I'm interested to see how it'll do. In considering, like, the first Frozen came out almost a decade ago at this point, which means all the little girls who were, like, massively into it are probably starting to hit their teens at this point, you know? Like, they're like, starting to hit their teens and stuff. Like, I'd be interested to know, like, how many of that initial audience would be interested in going to it. Like, is it really worth making another Frozen sequel? Rather than just making new Disney princess properties? If that makes sense? Like, don't get me wrong, Frozen was a decent movie. I don't really remember much about it, but, like, it was like, a decent film. And it was nice to, like, have it kind of subvert the formula a bit more as well. Like, it didn't feel like just, like, another Disney princess movie, you know? Because that's the first hisuian Zorua I have hatched. I, like, had a bit of, like, a heart attack. Like, shiny? No. But yeah, like, wouldn't it be better to just make, like, new Disney princesses? Because, like, even if you, like, look at it from the, like, idea that, like, oh, they're making this to just sell more Frozen merch. But, like, wouldn't they be able to sell, like, more merch of, say, a new Disney princess outfit as well? New, like, dolls of those new characters and such as well? Instead of just, like, making new Elsas and whatnot? Or are they just, like, relying on, like, nostalgia that is starting to emerge that will be felt towards the first film at this point now that it's, like, almost a decade old? By people who, like, were really into it when they were young. Just makes me wonder, you know? Because, like, bluntly put, like, Disney princess movies, they have, like, a very specific target audience. Also, why not sequels to the B movie? Well, you see, that's because the B movie is DreamWorks, not Disney. Also, Barry B. Benson's story arc in that film was really tight. And, well made. At this point, I don't think that they could, make another one without, like, making up conflict. I feel like it would be a bit of an unneeded thing, and I think that they respect the fact that the B-movie, it, as, like, a standalone piece of media, is complete and outstanding in its own right, and making another one would only detract from that. You know? Have I just gotten lucky in the fact that I've gotten, like, no regular Zorua eggs? I'm genuinely so confused. What's up with that? I've only gotten hisuian Zorua eggs. Both of these Zorua are guys. Is it because the one with the Everstone has priority? I mean, I guess it makes sense that now I've hatched, like, a whole batch of, like, regular Zorua. It's nice that I got a chance to not do that, but, like, have I accidentally upped hisuian Zorua's priority by giving it an Everstone? And am I going to have to give the other one an Everstone to actually, like, get eggs out of it now? If that makes sense, I'm so confused. This shiny roulette is becoming a not roulette very quickly. Wait, no! The real roulette is if the roulette will work. That's the truth of the matter. Anyway, I didn't bring up Toy Story. It feels like they're beating the dead horse at this point. Of, like, Toy Story. Because, like, Toy Story 4... I enjoyed Toy Story 4. I thought it was a good, sweet, like, epilogue, you know? It was a nice, like, ending to Woody's story, you know? Never mind, I'm dumb. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. That's a Zorua from the old batch. The only, like, regular Zorua we're gonna get this round are from the old batch. Why am I all the way over there? Why did I leave the egg behind? I just kind of dropped it. That's so mean. But yeah, like, Toy Story is, like, a very complete franchise. Toy Story was, like, a complete franchise with Toy Story 3. Toy Story 4 felt like a bit of a overdoing it movie, you know? But, like, on top of that, what would a Toy Story 5 be like? Because, like, there are a lot of iconic characters in Toy Story. I'm sure I don't have to, like, say that for, like, everybody to, like, agree. But Toy Story 4 ended with the main cast being split up. Woody is now with Bo Peep. Buzz and Co are still with, that little girl. Like, would it be like an A plot and a B plot focusing around both of them? Would they connect at the end? But wouldn't that, like, kind of undermine the fact that they, like, split up at the end? That, like, Woody left at the end? Wouldn't that be an important thing? Like, how's that gonna work? What is Toy Story 5 gonna be about? Is it gonna be like a prequel? So they can, like, actively have all the main characters together again or something? Is it going to be an hour and a half of Woody beating the shit out of his horse, who is, like, clearly ripped into pieces? Because I think that should be what the film is. He's watching. Like, I don't know, like, I can cut... Is that a metaphor? Beating a dead horse? He's beating the dead horse. Like, I don't know, it just feels like, of all the sequels Pixar has made over the past decade, Toy Story 5 is, like, most clearly just, like, the... Oh, this'll make us money. Like, card I've seen. And it's just kind of a shame, because Toy Story as a franchise, I'd say, is still respectable, you know? Like, Toy Story's, like, not gone downhill yet, I'd posit, I'd argue. But, like, the more movies they make about it, the closer they get to that, like, eventual, like, tarnishing of, like, a very well-beloved franchise. Alright. Have we heard any more about Inside Out 2 as well? Because I've heard that they're making an Inside Out 2, which is an idea I'd have been on board with if it wasn't about Riley. But apparently it's going to be about Riley as a teenager and add new emotions, even though we saw inside the adult's head, and man, did they have the exact same amount of emotions as Riley. Like, I think they could have, like, made another one about a different character and explored a different idea through that lens, but I feel like there are more ideas to explore through, like, an Inside Out 2 than there would be for another Toy Story, though. Unless, again, they make it about a different batch of toys, but I feel like... I mean, then again, all we know is they're making a 5th Toy Story movie. Like, it might not be Toy Story 5, it might be, like, a new... Like, I'd be down for, like, a new Toy Story series that's maybe, like... an actual, like, interesting examination of, like, other aspects of the Toy Story universe. That, like, maybe they could have struggled to do with, like, Woody and Buzz. I really hope they have an anime figure joke. I don't. Alright. Yeah, after this batch of eggs, I'm gonna give Zorua main an Everstone as well, and see if that, like, re-evens out the Zorua egg hatching. You know? I feel like maybe my attempt to breed a regular Zorua and a hisuian Zorua at the same time might be, like, where I'm going wrong, however. Might be where my mistake lies. Alright. What do you guys think of the gym design in these games? The, like, big tower. All identical. Type beat. I feel like they're interesting. I don't know. I feel like it would have been more interesting to have, like, separate gym designs. But I feel like their idea behind making them all the same was to make sure, like, you knew where a gym was in any new city, you know? Like... one of the games was actually, like, distinct gym designs. I guess it's only, what's it called? The Unova games with distinct gym designs, right? Like... XY2? I don't... I think XY has, like, a couple of, like, unique-ish gyms. Yeah, you misunderstood. Yeah, no. Because, like, I remember it's got, like, a general gym design. I mean, the building itself is fine. You think some of the puzzles were kind of lacking? Different, but lacking. That's fair. I meant more, like, the design itself. I don't know. I feel like... yeah, they were, like, not as good as Sword and Shields, but I feel like every gen has, like, a couple of lacking gym designs, you know? Not designs, sorry, like, puzzle designs. Like, I don't think there's been, like, a perfect gen in terms of, like, all the gyms yet. And I feel like Scarlet and Violet is kind of, like... I feel like Scarlet and Violet is one of the better ones, because, like... in the grand scheme of things, I feel like there are a lot less, like, basic ideas that, often come up, like, every game, you know? The Psychic Gym Challenge... yeah, the Psychic Gym Challenge was, like, the worst. But, I'd rather they experimented. with, like, new ideas than, like, what boiled down to, like, brand new maze, fight all the trainers that was, like, every gym up until, like, Gen 7. Got to go to sleep? Understandable, Brugger. I hope you get a good sleep. Have a great rest of your day. I guess it won't be much longer, but... But yeah, like, because, like, if you consider, like, Gen 4, for example, first gym isn't even really a maze, it's just, like, a room which you can skip all the trainers in. Second gym is a maze with hide and seek, or beat all the trainers with a fancy background. Like, the Diamond Pearl version of that gym looks worse, but I think the puzzle itself is more interesting. Because the puzzle in Platinum is just beat all the trainers. Then the Veilstone Gym is once again, like, a maze. With, like, in both of them with, like, different ways to, like, move like, you have to move specific obstacles to, like, get through it. Pastoria's is a maze, which is more or less just, like, a straight line. It, like, guides you to, like, the next area you need to go to at each point. Fantina's is either a maze but dark, or a maths puzzle, or if you were good at maths or used the calculator app that was literally on every version of the game, you could, like, do better. CahirLIVE was again a maze. Just like a vertical maze. What was it called? Candace's is yet again another maze. But an ice puzzle maze this time, with, like, that snowball mechanic, which is interesting. And then Sunny Shores is, like, yet again a maze, but you have to manipulate the terrain of the maze by stepping on switches. And although they've all got distinct aesthetics, they're all just mazes. So, like, I appreciate Scarlet and Violet, what has, like, what? Olive, like, guiding that Olive. Collecting all the Sunflora. Hide and seek. Like, no, where's Wally? Sorry, not hide and seek. Where's Wally? Go somewhere on a fetch quest. Oh, wait, no. It's the, what's it called? Busy mechanic. Which is an introduction to the mechanic, to be fair. But it's a rather simple one to get down. Larry's is like a defeat trainers in a memory game, really. The Psychic Gym is just weird. I don't even get what's up with the Psychic Gym. I don't like it, but I'm glad it's not just like a basic beat all the trainers and has more to it. Even if it's a weird more to it. Russia's is like that, like, go through all the hoops on your bike Pokemon, which is an interesting one. And then, like, the Montenevera gym is just beat all the trainers once more. The classic. If there's not, like, a beat all the trainers, but they're a double battle gym. No, if there's not a beat all the trainers gym, is it really a Pokemon game? It's just this time they were a double battle. Which is exactly what Raihan's gym was, to be blunt. Like, Raihan's gym was exactly the same. Now you're thinking about it, you don't know if you ever got past the Fantina gym in Pearl. That's fair. I didn't initially, because I couldn't get to Celestic Town, because whenever I talked to that Galactic Grunt, for some reason the event didn't trigger, so I had to restart the game for that to actually happen, and I don't know what I did wrong. But, I must have done something wrong. But yeah, like, Scarlet and Violet, like, some of the gyms might, like, not have been as good as others. But, like, again, I'd rather that than just, like, gyms that kind of end up like, there's at least an attempt to, like, use the Switch's hardware a lot more. Which I appreciate, because, again, old gyms used to just be mazes, and that was it. What we got in Usam? Because Usam are what I often label as my favourite games. It is mostly just beat a bunch of Pokemon and then beat the totem, isn't it? Huh? Now I think about it. Because the first one is beat all the Pokemon. Second one is beat all the Pokemon, but the correct Pokemon this time. Third one is spot the difference, and then beat all the Pokemon. Fourth one is... in Sun and Moon, it's beat all the Pokemon. And then in Usam, it's choose the correct options to not have to beat all the Pokemon. The fifth one is... you know what, in Usam, it's actually a fun puzzle with the Charger Bug. With a bit of beat all the Pokemon in it. Just for good measure. Sixth one is take some pictures and then beat the Pokemon you took pictures of. Seventh one is beat all the Pokemon. And then the eighth one, of course only in Usam, is technically beat all the Pokemon as you go on a tour around the region. The Pokemon this time are just the Trial Captain's Pokemon, though. Alright. Before I do anything else, let's go and get an Everstone from Laventia. Another Everstone from Laventia. And hope that that fixes our Zorua issue. But yeah, no, I've liked the Switch gyms a lot more. In general, I think the Switch has been better gyms. Because they've actually been, like, unique challenges. Which is, I think, enjoyable. More enjoyable than, as I said, Maze Haven. What's it, Pokeballs? Do they just have, like, everything here? Wait, no, they have everything at the Pokeballs nowadays, don't they? I like that they've started, like, giving Pokemarts more Pokeballs. That's, like, a thing I'm a very big fan of, honestly. Like... it just makes things easier. Which I appreciate. Right, let's see if this works, or if we're just stuck in an infinite battle between hatching hisuian Zorua or regular Zorua. Which I think would be kind of sucky. Why is it always halfway through songs? I remember, like, when I first started streaming and having a YouTube playlist up, it was, like, only at the end of songs that the songs would just, like, pause. But nowadays it's just, like, at any point during the song, which I guess makes it easier to figure out when, like, the song has ended. And when it's, like, actually paused. But it's still weird. Master Jam Sandwich. these are like all master sandwiches, but like they never have level 3 anything. Anyway, great peanut butter sandwich is the best. There's a great peanut butter sandwich, gives you egg hatching power level 2, but not... it doesn't cost as much. I wonder what it is about peanut butter that gives Pokemon such a sex drive. You know? Like, what's up with that? OMFG, hello Pip! Welcome to the stream. I hope your week's been going well so far, and I hope you had a good birthday yesterday. Alright. Let's hope that we are actually getting... I'm not sure if I've gone to the correct... what's it called? Box. Right, protein in it. Yeah, that's not true. Well, no, that is true. I don't know why I said that's not true. I don't know why I tried to say it's not protein. But yeah. Let's get some Zoruas hatched. We spinning. We spinning. Rotate. I like how when you look at my guy's face, it's kind of going right to left, even though I'm spinning left to right. Like, if you just, like, stare at it intently, it's like going right to left. Which I just find funny. But yeah, what were we saying? Don't break his neck. That's fine. Your Pokemon can get, like, knocked out repeatedly. Hit with blasts from gods and whatnot. I'm sure they can, like, fix a broken neck in this world. Probably. Are there any Pokemon characters in wheelchairs? So I cannot remember if there are. I look confused because I'm thinking. Like, are there? Yes, you think? My gut's telling me, like, maybe. None of the professors are. I feel like that'd be, like, a go-to. I swear there was, but I can't think of who. I'm looking this up. Pokemon wheelchair. Okay, price in the manga. That's as far as we've gotten. Wally in Hoenn was sickly. Was described as sickly by his parents. But I did not consider that. Like, Huh. I don't know, I've mentioned it before, but I've been thinking for a while it would be cool. Have I just fucked up the breeding of this entirely? By giving both of these guys Everstones or something? I guess I'll have to find out. I'll wait here a bit longer. But I feel like I should have an egg by now. I'm not sure if this shiny roulette's actually gonna work out. I'm gonna be real. But yeah, yeah, I've been thinking for a while it'd be cool for, like, Professor Oak to return and, like, be in, like, a high-tech wheelchair. I'm not sure if they'd actually let him age, but, like, realistically, the last time we saw him was, like, years ago in the Pokemon world. The last time we saw Professor Oak, like, canonically on the Pokemon timeline, the last time we saw Professor Oak was around the same time frame as when we battled Red atop Mount Silver in Gold and Silver. And Heart Gold, Soul Silver as an extension of that. And considering Red and Blue are both, like, early to mid-20s, as of Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, Professor Oak's clearly going to be, like, a decade older at this point as well. The closest thing we've seen to, like, Professor Oak recently is Samson Oak, but Samson Oak, or Alolan Oak, is Oak's cousin, not Oak himself, obviously. So I think it'd be cool to just see, like, an older Oak at some point, and maybe he's got, like, a Rotom-powered wheelchair or something, because that'd be cool. Especially because, like, in the anime, he's closely associated with, like, Rotom. There are, like, a few different episodes where he's trying to get his hands on a Rotom. So I think something like that would be a really cool thing to see. Maybe in the DLC. Because I was thinking, like, the Blueberry Academy seems to be, like, a very prestigious school. For, like, insanely powerful battlers to, like, attend. And I feel like it would make sense if, like, they brought out the big guns and implied, like, Professor Oak taught there. I'm gonna be real, I think I fucked up the eggs. Yeah, we've been here for 8 minutes. I gave both of these guys Everstones. And now we're not getting any eggs anymore. I'm starting to think that breeding... So no egg. No egg! I'm gonna try and give Ditto an Everstone as well. But I feel like if that doesn't do anything, then Shiny Roulette Zorua Edition is not gonna work. But hello, Finicky. I hope your week's been going well so far. Bad egg. It would be funny if I got a bad egg. Alright. That is a... That is... It's the purple... No, it's the person turquoise. And he is waving. Good for them. Alright. Let's give this very legitimate Ditto an egg to hold. This Ditto who was certainly gotten by legitimate means. I know I can't say that for certain because I got it from a Wonder Trade, but why do you think that this Ditto, named after a website, could possibly be hacked? That's outrageous. That is an outrageous concept. Do not be ridiculous. Okay, you three, start having sex. Maybe it's because I called out the fact that peanut butter boosts Pokemon sex drives. That's just its birth name. Yeah, exactly. The way it looked up at me. I enjoyed that. Oh, it just went straight to sleep. You know what? I can't slate that. Good for Ditto. Guy zonked out. Kinda jealous, honestly. Wish I could zonk out that quick. I just end up taking hours. Oh, my cat's on the bed. You called out peanut butter. Is it cancelled now? Yeah, it is. If you eat peanut butter, the woke mob will come and attack you. And they'll stop you from sleeping, I guess? Why exactly is woke, like, the term that right-wing people use to, like, discredit things? I don't get that. Like, surely being woke is, like, a good thing. Like, surely being awake is, like, a trait you want. Past awake. Like, it's always confused me that. It's like, oh, you're going woke. Like, that's the term you're sticking with. That's the one you're going with. To try and, like, call someone out for not sticking to your very narrow worldview is implying that they're awake, which would in turn imply that you were sleeping. You were ignorant of issues, and they are not. It's stupid, but then again, what do we expect? Why did Ditto, like, fall asleep on my leg? He just, like, gunked his way, like, in between my legs and just, like, tholumped there. Do you think, like, he loves you? Apparently, Zacian.net is a big fan of me. It'd be, like, hard to move your feet out of that, surely. Because it'd be like someone just, like, dumped a bucket of mud on your shoes, right? Or he's getting ready for a killer dead leg. That doesn't sound ideal. I need my legs. Alright, I feel like this is the moment of truth. Egg! We did it! We beat the system! 3, 4, 5. Okay. I don't know how we beat the system. If it was actually giving them all Everstones that, did this for me, but, like, it's working now. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm sure Finicky can resonate with that. Alright. Never look any horse in the mouth. Honestly, massive L on... Were Troy the one who sent the horse or the one who received the horse? They were the one who received the horse, right? I think they received the horse. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. If only Finicky was in Troy that day. Because... like, she wouldn't have let them accept it. She had been like, no, this is clearly a trap. This is clearly a bad idea. But no, they were foolish. What if they were a horse dentist? Then they should choose a better profession. Have you ever met a horse dentist? It's because horse dentists have higher suicide rates than actual dentists. 6, 7, 8, 9... Alright. How many teeth do they have? Too many, I think. But I'm not, like, putting my finger in a horse's mouth to count, because they'll bite it off. It's a horse. Or do you mean how many teeth the horse dentists have? Because I bet they have, like, the regular amount. What's that, like... 17? I think that's, like, the normal amount of teeth, right? Boom, 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 boom. Don't get too close to them. Horse dentistry is what the 10th dentist just sent to due to serve his time, and they don't last long. I bet they don't. I feel like if you stick your hand in a horse's mouth, it's game over, you know? $10. Oh. I guess I wasn't spending for that long. Carrot fingers, exactly. They say that, like, fingers and carrots have, like, the same amount of resistance. Like, roughly, like, the same strength. They found this out because of horse dentists. Horse dentists are the one who gave us this information. It was their fingers that proved it. Horrifyingly enough. The good old horse dentist focus group. Exactly. Precisely that. Ugh. When you yawn, am I right? Where's the other Zoruas? I don't have object permanence. That's not a trait of mine. If it's out of my sight, I don't remember it exists. That's just how it is. I see active, negative reasons to, like, keep an eye on, like, what isn't in my, like, initial field of vision, you know? Alright, we got up to, like, 10 last time, I believe. 11, 12, 13... 14. I feel like I'm not waiting as long as normal. I'm more impatient at the moment, which isn't that good, because it means I'm not getting as many eggs. in like one batch. I like when I get like a batch of like 10 eggs and it's like, yeah, that's 10 whole eggs. That's great. You love to see it, you know? I love eggs. Will I just stand still? Will I still get the eggs? I feel like I must, right? My hands are starting to hurt, innit? Want to take a break? I feel like you do. Yeah, okay, cool. Rob has spoken. Rob is an authority on all things. He is very knowledgeable. In fact, Rob, what's the meaning of life? I like looking at Zorua from behind the table, just seeing like his little like head wisp sticking out. That is amusing. Just seeing it trundling behind the table and all that's visible is that like weird wisp on top of its head. Is it having a good time? It's like grooving. Be as happy and as fulfilled as you desire. That's deep. I was expecting you to say 42. I like your answer better than 42. I think there will come a day. Okay, you just failed the Turing test. What? What does that mean? The machine came up with the answer 42, right? Yeah, maybe? I don't know. I've never actually, like, watched or read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Gonna be real. I mean, technically it was an author. Good point. That Rob is correct on that. But anyway, I was expecting him to say 42. That doesn't mean I believe it's 42. Are you telling me Douglas Adams was an AI all along? Yeah, that's what we're telling you. In fact, I'm one of those AI-generated VTubers. You know? I'm not an actual person behind this. I am an advanced AI program that was subjected to watch, like, every PokeTuber video ever. Yeah. Right. I believe we're on 14, which is 15, 16... 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We got a lot of eggs that time. Yo, that's a green guy. 40 green covering eyes. Oh, he is. I could barely make that guy's shape out, I'm gonna be real. It's a shame that Stream Elements still doesn't have like YouTube emotes built into it. That upsets me. All this Twitch favoritism. Is Zorua done? I think Zorua's done. Maybe not. But yeah, like, Twitch has, like, proper large adverts before it now, right? If an AI was projecting on the author to write that, an AI said the meaning of life was 42, that means all AI would agree to that, and therefore a correct summary in the procedural programming. Have you tried asking ChatGPT that? What does ChatGPT say? I'm guessing would also say 42. Because it's... will have read, like, what the funny internet answer is. So we'll just say that. ChatGPT is too woke for you? Republican finicky arc? No, I think Elon said that once. That makes sense, actually. I could imagine him saying that. I could imagine him saying a lot of things, actually. I can vividly imagine him saying, I'll give you $100,000 if you don't tell anyone I showed you my penis. Wait, no, he did say that. He did say that one, actually. Like, he asked it to say a slur to save the world, and the AI said it wouldn't. Why was Elon doing this? Why? What made Elon come up with this hypothetical? To prove AI is too woke. Honestly, I feel like one day Elon is gonna drop the R-slur. He comes across as that kind of person to me, you know? Like, I don't think he'd dare to go further than that. Because he knows then, like, even some of his fanboys would be, like, warding off a bit. But, like, I feel like that one is very in the territory that he would just blurt it out at some point. It's only a matter of time. It probably is. Right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Cool. We've got some eggs. I saw a great ball in that. I saw a great ball in that. That's great. Oh, we've actually got a mix now. We've got a mix of Zorua, finally. Jigglypuff. Alright, let's get to hatching. Funnily enough, with GPT, agrees with you, but adds on with, like, fulfilling relationships and meaningful statements like that. Ah, fair. I guess that makes sense with ChatGPT. It's, like, clear that the creators didn't want it to be used for anything malicious, which I can't slate, honestly. Like, they didn't want it to be, like, a meme platform, even though it was probably destined to be used for memes. Destined isn't like some people were, of course, going to do it, because some people like to be funny, man. like, I don't know, sometimes people are like, oh, it's so strict, but I feel like that's probably a good thing. First time it said it's being happy and fulfilled. Wait a minute. So I thought 42, which, although a machine said it, it was actually come up with by an author. Rob, on the other hand, said a thing that a machine said. Does that mean that Rob's the one who isn't passing the Turing test? Wait a minute. If you put an OT at the end of Rob, you get robot. See those cogs working? No! The only cogs working here are yours. I've not got cogs, only brain juices. Brain juices. Scrumptious. I should make that. But what if you actually made me think that? What made me think you're a robot? I feel like at this point I wouldn't believe it. Honestly, I don't know why I said at this point. If anybody at any stage of, like, me knowing them tries to convince me they're a robot, I wouldn't believe them. I would assume they're fucking with me. Beep boop. Guys, I've got an out there conspiracy theory. Do you think Pip might be a robot? Uh-oh. Right. The plot thickens, exactly. You're so blind to the obvious all along, woe is you. Undercover, don't worry. As in, you're a human posing as a robot. Or you're a robot posing as a human. We may never know. Oh no. It's going to be interesting to see how the next few years of streaming progress. Because I feel like there's, like, a worrying chance that people just start, like, making AIs to go into people's streams and talk to them. Like, I bet that's going to happen with Twitter. Like, I feel like people are going to start making AI Twitter accounts. In fact, no, they already have. They just, like, type into ChatGPT, write me a tweet. That'd be so sad, though. It would. Because, like, interaction with other people is, like, one of the best parts of streaming. I feel like it would, like, start to kill small streamers. Not literally, to be clear, but, like, I feel like there'd be less small streamers, at least ones who, like, interact with chat on a, like, common basis, as much as ones who just start ignoring it. Okay, but AI would be smarter than the average Twitter user already, right? That is true. That is a good point. I mean, they technically already are. Hot singles for you to meet at this site. That is a fair point. You're not wrong there. And those are my favourite chatters. I've not seen one of those groups for ages, actually. Have I fallen off? Unknowingly chatting with someone but they're an AI, yeah, no, that would be sad. Also, like, there is starting to, like, be, like, what's it called? AI streamers. I don't know what the, like, main one's name is, but I've seen her on my timeline a fair bit. Like, it's gonna be interesting to see how streaming as a profession advances from here. I wonder if I've hopped on a bit late. Although, to be fair, I've had 2 years of streaming, so, like, even if it did all go shits up, I feel like I'd have had a good run. In the grand scheme of things. Although I feel like if an AI streamer that interacted with chat was anything like ChatGPT, it would be incredibly easy to fuck with it, you know? Because, like, you can just tell ChatGPT to, like, roleplay as, like, anything and it'll start. So, like, unless you have, like, a specific, like, protection against that, then, I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, that'll probably be used to get them banned pretty fast. All things considered. Right. It's good that we finally got this working out. I was worried this wasn't going to work for a moment. But yeah, it's... Like, I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but there was... Tom Scott made a video on AI a few weeks ago. Tom Scott's got to be, like, one of my favorite YouTubers, honestly. What was it called? He was saying how it's interesting because, like, we don't really know how far along we are with AI. Like, we could be, like, near, like, for example, smartphones. Like, you could never have fathomed how much, like, they changed society, like, at their introduction point. But there was, like, definitely, like, a curve as it went along, you know? Like, it had, like, a build-up, and it's ended now, more or less. Like, there aren't as many, like, advancements with smartphones at this point. If, like, you're using a smartphone from 2015, you're probably not much worse off than, like, if you're using, like, a current-day smartphone, you know? Like, maybe it's, like, a bit slower and shit, but, like, all in all, they basically serve the exact same function. But then the question's begged is, like, how far along the AI train are we? How much more advancement is there that AI can do before it, like, peaks? Before it starts to plateau? And it'll be interesting to see over the next few years where we are there. Because it'll very much define how much of an impact AI has on our society. Like, are we looking at something that's more or less just a tool to help us out with, like, varying tasks, or is it going to end up being more than that? I don't know. I feel like at day's end, AI should only really remain, like, an assistant, rather than, like, being used as, like, a main thing. The issue is I have a bad feeling it's definitely going to be used for, like, the bastardization of art, which I feel like isn't being appreciated enough in the modern day anyway, you know? But I guess we'll have to see how laws progress with that. Anyway, let's continue looking for shiny Zorua. Shiny hunting, yeah, shiny hunting. Isn't that fun? Don't you guys love shiny hunting? Don't you guys think shiny hunting is so fun? I think shiny hunting's fun. Oh, this is 76 encounters, actually. Not lower than that. True, true, exactly. Alright, I think after this batch I'll probably do about, like, one more. Maybe. I guess it really depends when this stream ends. Not ends, when this batch ends. As to, like, how long I continue after. Maybe I'll try to, like, get, like, a few eggs for, like, the next batch instead of, like, a lot. That's a thought. What comes up when I hatch a hisuian Zorua? Is there, like, no entry or what? Well, that's just a regular one, so I guess I'm not going to find out now. Can hisuian Zorua be used in VGC? Because technically now you can get hisuian Zorua hatched in Paldea. Like, so Paldea native hisuian Zorua. Yeah. Nope, no hisuian Zorua Pokedex entry. That is a shame. It would have been cool to see another one. I'm guessing that means that... I mean, I guess Quagsire isn't in the Pokedex either. Like... Even though, like, Cofagrigus and, like, Persian and stuff were in the Pokedex of Sword and Shield. French. Yep, nope, there are no extra forms in the decks for Zorua. They'll probably be announcing the tournament rules. Like, they set usual limitations with the G-Max ones. Ah, fair. So I guess we'll probably find out in the near future. Alright. Also, interesting thing that's happening this week. Well, interesting, sad, I don't really know. On Friday, the last episode of the anime with Ash in it will air. That will be Ash's final episode. Oh, yeah, no, it's going to be sad to see him go. I might try to catch up with the series this week so I can watch it when it releases. I don't know, it's kind of whack. But I think at day's end, I've like done some thinking about it. I think it's a good thing. Also, if you could save you a hisuian Zorua, I will. I said I was gonna. I will. I will put one to the side of this batch. Like, I don't know, like... I feel like the Pokemon anime did a good job at continuously refreshing itself, even with Ash as, like, the forever protagonist, when it was like that. But, like... I think it's better Ash move on and leave than we get, like, a Simpsons or Family Guy situation with him, you know? Like, people have been joking for ages about him being Forever 10. And now he's not going to be Forever 10 anymore. They're finally letting him go. I'm just interested to see, like, if these next two are gonna be, like, a more than one series of the anime type group. No, I don't want to loop this singular song game. I want to... Game YouTube, I want to loop the playlist. But yeah, yeah, I'm interested to see how, like, many seasons the new protagonists stay on for. Like, if they're going to be, like, the new protagonists of the show for, like, the next, like, 5 series or whatever. Alright. It seems like they got, like, a massive cast getting, like, ready, though. Like, they're implying that, like, the guy with the Captain Pikachu is, like, part of, like, a giant crew of people, basically. Which, I'm interested to see how that's gonna play out. I wonder if it's gonna be a school thing again. I don't know, because, the main character, Liko, it seems like she gets her Sprigatito at school, but, like, her main outfit isn't a school outfit. So, I feel like, at most, we're gonna be looking at, like, a Chloe situation, where, like, she goes to school, but, like, in her free time, she's, like, adventuring, basically. Probably to kind of, like, add some relatability to the target audience. So they can be like, wow, I'd love to still go to school. Unlike Ash, who does not go to school. Like... I don't know, isn't there that, like, one snippet of, like, the guy who was, like, the main writer for the Pokemon movies? And he envisioned the Pokemon world as basically, like, a place where... What was it called? Well, like, 10 is basically the age of adulthood. Like, you can get, like, employed and shit. Except he didn't Sun and Moon. He did, to be fair, but that was still, like, a Pokemon school. In, like, the grand scheme of things. Like, I feel like that wasn't really framed as, like, a regular school, was it? More like... Yeah, just like Pokemon school instead of like regular school. Yeah, you got a Rowlet? Hell yeah. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, no. I'm pretty, like, I don't know how accurate it was, but like... Apparently, like, the guy who was writing the movies just, like, envisioned, like, just a world where, like, yeah, 10 is basically, like, the age of adulthood in this world. And that's why parents send their kids off at 10 years old to go and explore. Because their kids are basically adults now. Which, Interesting way of viewing things, bud. Would have been a weird, like, sight into this world, though. I wonder if that's why, like, they put, like, the trainer school as, like, the main thing of these games. To kind of, like, be like, yeah, these children are still in education. As opposed to, like, every other game in the franchise. Where, like, the most education you get is, like, a single building in one of the towns where they explain to you type matchups, which is apparently the only education children are given in this world. Up until these games. Mathematics? No. Other languages? No. World history? No. What rat is good at beating what dog? Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. And it's not even compulsory in all the titles, exactly. Hell, even in Sun and Moon, school is basically beat the shit out of a bunch of other students. And then you've graduated. I need to release some of these guys as well, to be fair. Wait, what titles is it even compulsory is? In. Proof that you don't need to be here, exactly. Is it compulsory in Gen 3? Because Roxanne teaches at the trainer school, I know. In Black and White, it is, because you need to fight Charon there. And Platinum and Diamond Pearl it is, because you need to deliver Barry the Town map there. Although you don't have to read anything in either of those. Roxanne technically teaches at it. Is there even a trainer school in Gen 6? Not Gen 3, okay, yeah. I know that Roxanne teaches there, but, like... In Auras, is it compulsory? I don't think so, actually. I think it's just implied she teaches there, and, like, that's it. Yeah, Gen 6 and Gen 1, I don't think there are even trainer schools. Gen 2, there's one in Violet City, which is entirely ignorable. And then I don't think there's a trainer school in Gen 8 either. Whack. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, I guess they were just making up for their seemingly anti-education stance up until this point. By making school... I mean, school isn't even compulsory in this one. Like, you go to school, but, like, feasibly you can just ignore all the lessons. It's funny, because I thought they'd be compulsory. I was assuming, like, at the end of the game or something, you'd get to the Pokemon League and they'd be like, how are your studies going? And, like, if you've not done anything, they'd be like, they're going bad? Well, you can't challenge the Elite Four then, because you don't have an education. Or some shit like that, you know? But, like, no, you don't need it. You don't need to go to a single class. You can have your family spend a lot of money to entirely move regions from Galar to Paldea, and then probably pay like a decent amount to enroll you in this like very, very uptight private school. And then have you completely ignore all the lessons and just run around on a lizard catching Pokemon. Making sandwiches and whatnot. Freeing ancient evils. That would have been funny. It would have been, because I can guarantee that a lot of people would have just ignored the lessons and then basically just had to, like, speed run their way through the lessons at the end of the game. And that would have been, like, extremely funny. Because, like, you know, a lot of people would have, like, complained about it as well. Alright, I believe we had about 5 eggs so far. Let's try to get to 20. The ends justify the means if you get champion. I mean, yeah, but, like, how prestigious of a title is it if, like, anyone can get it in this one? I feel like champion isn't really a profession in this game as much. Like, in older games, like, being a Pokemon trainer kind of felt like more of, like, a thing you could do for a living. I feel like these games are, like, generally steering away from that. Having, like, all of the gym leaders have, like, other jobs. Geeta's, like, the chairwoman of the Pokemon League, as well as the champion. Like, I feel like there aren't really any trainers. I think, like, Grusha is, like, arguably the only trainer who only does Pokemon training because it sounds like he's not a snowboarder anymore. But, like, all the other gym leaders have, like, other professions. True, Geeta's supposed to be supposedly a big champion, and she's crap, exactly. She really needs to, like, hand her, like, final boss position off, like, the Mona or something. So she can just do all, like, the paperwork. Wow, how have I gone through the whole game and only seen the Dark Terrestrial for the first time now? Impressive. I hope your fight with Arven's going well. Alright, how many eggs? 6. 7. Oh. Maybe I'll go up to like 15. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, no trouble at all, really. But, like, yeah, in previous games it felt like being a Pokemon trainer was, like, a thing you could do for a living. It feels like this game is straying away from that idea. So I'm interested to see what the next game will be like in that regard. I guess that's especially funny, actually. This game is positing that you can't be a Pokemon trainer as a career, considering that the last games were Sword and Shield, comparing gym leaders to, like, football stars. To, like, pro football players. Because, like, that definitely means being a Pokemon trainer could be a career. With sponsorship money in there and everything. But this game just turns that on its head. I guess it's interesting to present different ideas as you go through. I guess that's a thought. Which do you guys like the idea of more, though? I feel like I know what the general consensus is going to be, but, like, do you, like, rather when it's, like, Pokemon training is clearly just, like, anywhere from, like, a hobby to, like, a side passion? Or do you prefer it when Pokemon training is, like, a profession if you do it well enough? Are there breeders in this game? Like Pokemon breeders? Because I feel like that could be a profession. Profession for sure, yeah, no, definitely. It's much more entertaining imagining a life where you can just fight pets for a living. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But yeah, it makes me wonder what, like, the next games in the franchise are gonna, like, suggest. You know? Like, what lore the next games in the franchise are gonna, like, posit. Because I feel like, I don't know, I guess Black and White, like... Black and White's, like, when the lore around Pokemon training truly started, like, getting there, like, to any other bigger point. Where, like, all of the gym leaders have side jobs, it's implied the champion has enough power to, like, manipulate an entire region. He's, like, but, like, it's a well-respected enough position that N could have feasibly used the position to convince everyone to release their Pokemon. In Sword, your team had a lot of Pokemon you wasn't really a fan of, but you liked them all in this one. That's fair. Honestly, yeah, no. Sword and Shield was a weird one for me, because I think it was the second Pokemon game which I had to beat the champion with a team of 5, because the first one I accidentally bought my Lapras into the Elite Four when I was using my Lapras for, like, Surf and stuff. But PLA 2, I don't know, I definitely had, like, a continuously, like, fluctuating team in PLA from what I remember. I like my Krogunk, though. Well, hopefully they have built this one, so any other open world they do in the future can be based on this one and just refine it. I mean, yeah, hopefully they, like, give it more time, or, like, people working on it, or a better production pipeline, or whatever, just to make sure that the next game, like, comes out looking... I'll look in this direction when I say looking, and playing better. I guess, like, in terms of graphics. I don't know, like, some parts of these games like, look really good. The people and Pokemon, I feel like, are a highlight in this game. It's just, like, the environments. Alright, I'm just gonna hatch the rest of the eggs here. Up to, like, the next even number, basically. IDK, I settled on a team full of Hisui forms and Togekiss. Just stuck with it because they're all cool. That's fair. I think, I can't entirely remember my team, but I know it didn't have, like, loads of Hisuian forms. The issue is it felt like, as a game, it, like, wasn't as built for building an entirely new team. But also, I think that's, like, an artifact of the fact that, what's it called? Legends Arceus is, like, the first game that it feels like it's expecting to catch all the Pokemon as you go along. Which I think these games also kind of do, and they do it well as well. But, like, Legends Arceus definitely, like, feels like you're not meant to stick with the same team the whole game. Yours was just a load of Alpha Typhlosion. Well, yeah, but, like, what did you use to beat Volo? Because I don't think the massive mass outbreaks were there then, right? Oh, just a load of alphas. I get it. I thought you meant, like, Alpha Typhlosions. But no. Raider. Yeah, okay, unsurprising. Has to keep one space open for evolving random Pokemon too. Exactly. To make sure you could catch them all and then get Arceus at the end. Which is honestly the best reward we've got for, like, capturing every single Pokemon so far, I think. Like, the Shiny Charm's good, because it helps you find shinies easier. But I feel like it's not a necessity to get more shinies. I feel like just straight up giving you Arceus for completing the dex is definitely, like, on the high end of, like, rewards. Why are we leaving it by Heracross? Why is Heracross looking after our egg, huh? Alright. But yeah, no. I feel like, Scarlet and Violet is definitely, like, a culmination of a lot of ideas they've been, like, throwing around since, like, Gen 6. Because, like, it feels like since Gen 6, you're not meant to have had a static team. But I feel like in Scarlet and Violet, these are, like, the best games for, like, actually having a team in flux, you know? Like, these are definitely, like, the best games for encouraging you to catch the ball. With being able to see every single Pokemon. And be like, oh, that's a new Pokemon, I better go and catch it. And whatnot. Like, on top of that, like... no. I got worried then. But yeah, what's it called? This region definitely grew on you. Yeah, no, I really like Paldea, and it really annoys me that one of the main, like, talking points around these games are gonna be the state they were released in. Because it's a valid, like, talking point. But, like, at Day's End, I feel like this is, like, one of the best main formula Pokemon games. You know? Like, Legends Arceus are technically main series. This is, like, an inarguable fact. They're meant to be main series. No, they are main series games. They're not just a spin-off. But, like, in, like, the core new region Pokemon games, or, like, remakes of those games, I think this is definitely one of the best ones. In terms of region, in terms of gameplay and stuff. But it's a shame that it came out so underbaked, because that's all anyone's ever going to talk about. If you're like, yeah, I like Scarlet and Violet, like, within 5 seconds people will be like, yeah, but they were so unfinished. But I don't know, I don't even believe that they were, like, unfinished in that regard. I feel like people wouldn't be touting these games as unfinished in the same way if, the visual glitches weren't there. You know? Like, if there were the odd glitch or two that surfaced, that's just, like, how it goes. Oh yeah, is the Liko and Roy series just, going to be just Paldea, or... I think so? It's saying that they're traveling around the Paldea region. So I'm guessing, like, it is going to be a Paldea-centric, series, but I don't know if they'll be, like, leaving it at some point when remakes come out or whatever. You hope so, yeah, no, definitely. Although it seems like we're not just going to get, like, a regular traveling series, because, like, the, captain guy with his Pikachu and Charizard, seemingly have, like, a blimp. So I'm guessing that'll be, like, the main base they stay at to travel around. Never could get through the last series fully. That's fair. I don't know, yeah, I'll be honest. All I watched of Journeys was, the, like, final tournament. Like, that's the only bit of Journeys I actually watched. And in fact, even then, I didn't watch the first few fights. I watched Ash v Cynthia and Ash v Leon. Because those were like the big fights that interested me, obviously. I wonder if I should have watched Ash v Steven, because, what's it called? Pikachu's Z-move was like a trump card in that, but I'm happy it got to shine in like Ash v Leon. Plus 3 or 4 other episodes throughout. I tried to watch the first episode, but like I just couldn't get into it. I think it's because I'd like already seen a lot of stuff from the initial episodes. You just couldn't get attached to Go. That's also fair. I don't know. I do really wonder if Go was meant to be like the new Pokemon protagonist, like of the anime, but they realized that no one liked him, so like they pivoted their plans. You know? Like, his goal is to catch them all, which is, like, definitely an idea that they're trying to bring more and more into the franchise as it's, like, gone on over the past few generations. So he really embodies that idea, and yeah, I think it would have made sense if they wanted him to be, like, the new protagonist. But then he just did not have a good reaction. Like, people did not have a good reaction to him. There were Go fans. I didn't hate him. I feel like he was overhated. But like, at Day's End, if people didn't like him, then it probably wouldn't have been a good idea to make a new series with him as like the billing character. Honestly, though, with Journeys, there's one thing that I really appreciate that it did. Because it feels like, especially, like, as the anime went on, there was one element that they started, like, focusing on less and less. And it only really came back in Sun and Moon and Journeys. And I was really worried that, like, Lucario would take too much of the limelight instead. And that is Pikachu being Ash's ace. Like, Pikachu is Ash's first Pokemon, and Pikachu is easily Ash's best Pokemon. And I was really like, oh god, they're gonna have, like, Mega Lucario versus G-Max Charizard. And then, like, Mega Lucario got fucked pretty quick. Like, I'm glad they gave him his chance to shine in the Cynthia fight, but, like, Mega Lucario just got bodied in Leon's. Which, I don't know, some people, like, really dislike, because Lucario was meant to be, like, a really big powerhouse of Ash's team. But I feel like that's realistic, you know? Like, I feel like that's a realistic way of a Pokemon fight to go. That you pull out such a trump card, but, like, all of a sudden your opponent knows what to expect. And, like, your trump card all of a sudden just doesn't do much in the fight. And it ends up being left to a lot of your other Pokemon to, like, actually do well. Like, it's just how battles go sometimes. And I enjoy that they had that. But, yeah, no, I really, really enjoy that the final fight was Pikachu versus Leon's Charizard. Because Pikachu is Ash's main Pokemon. Pikachu is Ash's bro. He's been there since the start. And, like, this was Ash's final big hurdle. Before... What's it called? Well, yeah, his final big hurdle. His final big fight of the series. I mean, G-Max Char would also destroy Lucario. It would on paper, but, like... Bluntly put, the anime doesn't always, like, abide by those rules. For example, Garchomp, Mega Garchomp versus Lucario. Lucario still won. And, like, on paper... oh, wait, no, it's not Mega Garchomp. It was regular Garchomp. But still, like, a regular Garchomp would still body a Lucario in most cases. You know, like, 9 cases out of 10. So... like, that clearly wasn't, like, all that they had thought about in, like, those fights. But they, like, actually showed Ash's Pikachu the appreciation that it feels like he'd been lacking for a few series there. Like Ash Greninja was the focus of Kalos. Infernape was, like, one of the bigger focuses of Sinnoh. Which I guess is fair. Like, they can't always focus on Ash's Pikachu as, like, his strongest Pokemon. And to be fair, even in Kalos, Pikachu still, like, pulled his weight. In fact, Pikachu was the go to that fight rather than Greninja, because Greninja lost to Charizard, but Pikachu managed to, like, hold his own against Elaine's Tyranitar and Metagross. Like, if Ash had swapped those around and used Greninja against Tyranitar and Metagross, I bet Ash's Pikachu could have beaten Elaine's Charizard. That, but actually, I said that as a joke at first, and I always meant it as a joke. But I bet Ash's Pikachu could have beaten Mega Charizard. Could have beaten Mega Charizard X. Because Ash's Pikachu is a fucking powerhouse, and people don't appreciate it enough. Anyway. We've known Diamond and Pearl nerfed Pikachu at the beginning. I think that was Black and White. They had him, like, get struck by Zekrom's lightning. And he couldn't use his, like, electric powers for, like, an episode or so. Which is why he lost against Trip Snivy. Which is contrived, but I feel like people always hate on Pikachu for, like, losing against a level 5 Snivy. But, like, Pikachu was not at his best in that fight. They deliberately nerfed him so he would lose. But also, Snivy's just the best Pokemon. But yeah, oh, wow, it's like exactly 10:30. That's crazy. I didn't actually realize I'd gotten straight to 10:30. Which is, of course, normal ending time. But yeah, I think I am going to end there. Good stream, though. Good stream, even if we had a bit of teething issues getting the hunt to work. But yeah, thank you all for coming. This was a fun one. I had fun. Next stream will be Wednesday, where we will be continuing with Pokemon Sweet. I'd highly recommend tuning in, because that series has been very fun. And yeah, that'll be at 7:20 PM GMT. And our next shiny hunting stream will be next Monday. But yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your days, and great rest of your weeks as well. I will see you all on Wednesday. Goodbye and good night.